You're watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our channels and networks and platforms. I'm Mike Morales here in the armpit of the San Gabriel Valley in Southern California. That guy out there is
Skip Falconer in Los Angeles, California.
And Skip and I, we actually have had a great time doing a little bit of these this line from AsomBroso. We were very fortunate to get a hold of these. It is a legacy brand. It's been around for 10 years, okay? You've seen the bottle. I know you've seen it. And you know, now it comes capped like this, but if you buy the boxed version, I'm sure you're getting the stopper. This one is the Gran Reserva. What's the thing with this though? Skip, what?
Well, it says tequila añejo, but on the point of sale materials, it says Gran Reserva Extra Añejo, rested 5 years, but now an añejo is up to 3 years.
Yeah.
After that, it's an extra añejo, but it doesn't say extra añejo on the bottle here.
It says to become our Gran. This is the beautiful brochure. It walks you through the entire line, which we don't have. We've got just a couple of select ones. I have had a few. I've had the vintage, which is rested 11 years. I've had that one. We've had the Rosa years ago. And there's one that we have not done the tasting on, and this one that Alex and I will do a little bit later. This is the rested 10 years. I don't know why Rick Gamara is the owner. I'm not sure why he's done that. I would like to get him on Open Bar and find out where his mind is. Why the 5, 6, 10, 12? How, you know, other than putting out more añejos.
There's an 11-year.
Yeah, there's an 11-year. That's the vintage 11 years. I've had that one.
They're all named also.
Yeah, they are?
They are named. The 12-year Diosa.
Okay.
We got a 12-year Del Porto.
That's a port.
We got a 12-year Collaboration.
Ah.
And then there's an 11-year Vintage.
Yes. And again, they have they have done a crowdfund that's doing quite well. Apparently, you can own a piece of AsomBroso as well, and they've also expanded their line to include whiskey. They have a peanut butter whiskey and a salted caramel whiskey. Hey, that's great. I'm not even going to go there.
Salted caramel.
Yeah, salted caramel. All right, so. That being said, let's pour the juice. Let's taste it. Let's find out what the deal is. So apparently it is considered an extra añejo. I'm not sure why they're changing the wording, because on the bottle it says ultra fino. I think doesn't that what it says?
Yeah, I think all of the bottles have ultra fino on there.
Right, they all say that. Okay. You know, if it gets past the CRT and they're good with that, then. You know, but the brochure, get yourself the brochure so you know that it's not just an añejo, it's an extra añejo. And I think that they have permission to use that nomenclature on the label. So I'm going to pour.
And I'm going to use my Glencairn.
I'm going to use my Glencairn because I had a feeling. All right. Oh, I saw some bubbles. I saw some. I saw splashback. These bottles, to be fair, folks, these bottles have been sitting in my living room for weeks because they were delivered at the end of 2021, and we, you know, we had such a tight field for the Brands of Promise, which are out now. I don't know when you're watching this; it could be March when you're seeing this, but the Brands of Promise for 2021 are completely out. We have medal winners, nominees. And that's all on our website at tequilaaficionado.com. Go watch it. Go see it. See the reviews. Skip and I had done a few of those together that made it on the ballot. Beautiful color, Skip, I got to say.
Beautiful, yes.
And of course, I dropped my napkin. Hang on a second.
The legs and tears are they're thick and they're slow.
There they go. Now they're starting to form a little bit. Oh yeah, they are thick. What kind of barrel are they aging this in?
This is French oak. French oak for 5 years. And they have sophisticated cognac and Armagnac.
Oh, so this is a multiple barrel.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, I think Rick, or Ricardo, as he likes to be called sometimes, I think that he was experimenting, with all kinds of different barreling before everybody else was, and I think that's that's where the brand started to expand more. I think he became a bit more adventuresome.
And these are new premium French oak barrels.
Aha, which also makes a difference, folks. Okay, virgin versus used.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people use the used French oak, obviously used wine barrels. Yeah, it's very pretty to look at.
Yes, it is.
And it's not as dark as I thought it would be.
Whoa.
Yeah. Okay, the general consensus, folks, is that if you age a tequila longer than 7 years, some people say longer than 5 years, it's going to start smelling and tasting like something else. This smells and tastes, or smells anyway, like something else.
Something else.
Okay, it's very sweet on the nose.
Very sweet. Very sweet.
Yeah. Like a powdered sugar or a cotton candy. No, not cotton candy. I get more powdered sugar.
Powdered sugar. Yeah.
Like a confectioner's sugar.
I do get some baking spice.
Yeah, but it's slight. That nose is very aggressive, very, very prominent.
Yeah.
It almost smells like syrup as well. I mean, it smells like it's so prominent that you could probably taste it before you ingest it. Okay, and I'm taking short inhales. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's a powdered confectioner's sugar at least. Like something you see on like marzipan or something, it's dusted.
I do get some fruitiness.
But it's a dried fruit now. That's what I'm getting, and
Yeah.
It's like a dried, and it's at the bottom. It's at the bottom of the glass. It's not once you get past that sweetness on the nose, it's more down toward the bottom.
Yeah, you do have to get past the sweetness. This is a very sweet nose.
Yeah, and I'm sure that once it opens up even more, it evolves. I don't like to go too long doing these tastings because the 20 minutes is probably our max in some of these. But it may take more time to let it breathe, let it open up as it evolves, as it blooms. I do have I have an old Venturi aerator for liquor that I can run it through an aerator, but I'm not going to do that today.
It has already opened up. It's not as sweet now on the nose as it was when I first.
Yeah, it's kind of mellowed out a little bit. Just a hair. It's not as aggressive anymore.
Right.
Yeah, it's beginning to mellow. Okay, some people would say maybe it's like a marshmallow, marshmallow cream.
Yeah.
On an average basis, if I were to smell this on a tequila that hasn't been aged a lot and doesn't come in this kind of a fancy bottle, I would say that there's something additional going on. But I don't know that for sure.
Right.
I mean, this is AsomBroso, folks. If you've had it, it's been around for 10 years. You already know what to expect. You know it's going to lean toward the sweet side, whether it's on the nose or the flavor profile. I have not had this one ever. I have had a couple other ones, but not this one. Oh, you want to dive in?
Let's dive in.
Let's dive in. Mm. Mm.
Mm.
Mm. Oh, wait a minute. Mm. Oh, my.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's not as sweet as I thought it was gonna be.
No. As a matter of fact, it's bitter chocolate right up front.
Yes.
It's bitter in a good way.
There's pepper.
Yeah, pepper explosion in mid palate.
Yes.
Nice long finish, but it's that lingering. It has coated your palate. Okay, I will say that, but it's a lingering bitterness that's very pleasant.
Yeah.
It's like a you know how you get some kind of sometimes after an after lingering effect from bourbon because the finish is dry. This is a dry finish.
Yeah. You know what, Mike? This is good, man.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was gonna be this. I thought it
no,
was gonna be like sugar.
me too. I thought that too, but it's completely the other direction. It does a 180 and it burns rubber because it's heavy. It's the flavor profile is dense. It there's a lot of character in it, but it's bold. It's bold. That's what I'm going to call it. This is a bold. It comes in smelling like a perfume, and it hits you like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
Wow. Um, wow, and it's lingering. I mean, it's going to coat your palate, folks. It's going to give you that, but it's like a chocolatey, like a bitter chocolate. Um, I don't want to go as far as tobacco. I'm not getting that. Um, wow, and it will coat your palate. You're not going to get away from that. Okay.
I got to go in again.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah. Once the nose mellows out, it's actually pretty well balanced.
That really is not sweet like I thought it would be.
Mm-mm.
This is good.
It's I take back the bitter chocolate. It's cocoa.
Cocoa.
It's more cocoa than chocolate.
Yeah.
Remember we said that the nose was kind of like a confectioner sugar, which is powdery. Cocoa is powdery. Cocoa is powdery. That's what I'm getting. You get the dried fruit, but you get more on the cocoa side. And you still get that explosion of pepper. Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. Am I getting agave? No.
No.
But I gotta tell you, this is not bad. I like the flavor profile. The aroma can be off-putting, but you have to let it bloom. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
It is more in the character of. Now you said this is what does the brochure say? It's aged in cognac and Armagnac.
No. It's Asian French oak barrels. Now, what they say about the cognac and Armagnac, it's they say this process gives a unique extra añejo full body taste that critiques have compared to a sophisticated cognac or Armagnac.
Ah.
It's not in, it's not in any.
So it's a comparison, is what it is.
It's a comparison.
All right. Extra full body for sure. It's bold. It's full body. There's a lot of character in it, and don't be fooled by the aroma.
Yeah. Just pour it and step away.
Yeah. Yeah. Let it, and I would say let it bloom for like 10, 15 minutes before you even get into it.
Because you'll think you'll be drinking sugar water.
Yeah.
But far different. This is good.
Yeah.
I like it.
I do too. I'm just gonna go there and say it. This has got to be a Brand of Promise nominee in that legacy category. I have not. I haven't. You know, it's been around for about 10 years, 9 or 10 years for sure, and I have not delved into it because it comes in these beautiful bottles and people like it and they gravitate to it, and I kind of shy away from pretty bottles except for the Rosa. I said that when we did the tasting then. I've had the Rosa. I like it. I enjoy it. It was the first one that ever came on the scene aged in a wine barrel. It came out, you know, pink. Right. I will say this is bold enough to do with a cigar. And the thing is, the nose is sweet enough. You can use a lighter cigar, or you can go dark, because the flavor profile on this thing. Wow, man, that's like getting hit by a linebacker.
What are you saying, Cohiba?
Yeah, and by the way, I was gifted over Christmas with Cohibas, you know, the real ones from Havana, and I'm gonna, you know, by the way, if you haven't followed Skip on his Instagram, go follow Tequila Sensei. He has these vintage bottles that I didn't know he had, and you're just posting photos of the bottles and your family and all this, and then I'm going, wait a minute, man, I haven't seen those bottles in 10 years at least. You know, 5150. You've got some really good. Well, you got that one. You haven't even opened it. He's got a vintage Rosa from the old distillery. This is coming out of a new distillery, Tequila Selectos de Amatitan. I remember the name and not the number, but I know
1459.
1459. Now a lot of good brands come out of there. Okay, this is like it's a maquiladora, but it's like Cofradia. A lot of great brands come out of there. Derechito, which is a Brand of Promise winner last year in 2021, we've had that. We've had several from this distillery. I have had Route 66. I love it. Great reposado. We have had Código, apparently comes out of there, 1316. One of their lines. Insolente, which is big on the market right now. Dinastía Real, which I've been trying to get, both of those. Blue Nectar we've had years ago, and Cali Rosa, which we just had at Brand of Promise winner. And that's they went completely the wine direction and they're all coming out of this distillery. So it's a reputable distillery, folks. I'm not gonna bash anything. Oh, El Hijo de Mis Amores, which is a Brand of Promise winner for us. Their Blanco is a triple distill. It's terrific. Yeah, man.
Yeah. I just had the last bit of mine.
I'm gonna nurse this, but you know, I'm kind of dumbfounded because it's not what I expected. The nose belies the flavor profile. It's bold, full-bodied, and are you getting agave? No. If you're looking for agave, you're not going to find it. Okay, it's not here. Are they using agave? Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
Ricardo Gamarra, Rich Gamarra, has been in the game for a long time. You know, he's not gonna do something that we're not going to approve of, especially.
Mike, let me just tell you, I just did the last of mine.
Yeah.
And I'm sniffing. I smell the agave.
I've not finished mine. I'll have to get, you know, I wrote an article on Medium about that. You know, if you're wondering, there's a big deal going on about additives and things like that, and if that's something that you care about and it bothers you, okay, read my article on Medium. It's the article that says you can find the page where it's on my Instagram. My personal Instagram is under Timber Elk. Don't ask me what that means because I'll have to go into that story. But you can find that article on Medium. Go search it. It's also on my Twitter account. I think it's a pinned tweet. And read it. There's a way for you to find out whether your favorite tequila has additives or not. But you have to, the caveat is you have to know what these barrels do. Okay? You have to understand what the barrel does. Because you can smell something and go, oh, it's got an additive, and it may not be. It could be just the French oak. Okay?
Right.
You have to know what your barrels are. But if you've had enough whiskeys and you had enough bourbons, you've had enough wine barrels and things like that, you can figure it out.
And you can tell them about pouring it in their hand and
yeah, you can do that too. And if it's sticky, the rule is if it's sticky, then they're using glycerin or there's something going on. Now the additives are so well made that your hand may not be sticky. Okay. Wow. So when it comes to darker, deeper aged tequilas, you're going to have to rely on your nose and your taste buds. Let your taste buds do the talking for you. If you like this kind of stuff, great. I could do this.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with this. AsomBroso, like I say, has been around for a long time. 5 years is probably more than I would do. This is, if you're getting agave, I'm not gonna wash these glasses. I'll come back to them tomorrow, and
come back to it because there is
some sort of agave in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then it is what it is. Go check out AsomBroso. I believe it's was it at.com or something like that? Is there a website?
I don't know of the website, but let's see. No, they don't have a website on here, but AsomBroso.
Oh, it's atequila.com/club. That's the AsomBroso Tequila Club. But I think it takes you to the website. Otherwise, just Google it, folks. You'll be able to find it. I mean, he's been around for 10 years, so it's not like that website's going to come right up. They've got all the accolades up here. They're big medal winners. Rob Report loves these guys. The tasting panel gave it a 96. So there's some substance behind this. Okay, so it's not all smoke and mirrors, and it can't be now because he's crowdfunding now. You can own a piece of the of AsomBroso. Look it up. If you want to buy a piece of the company, you can. All Rick is doing with the money is expanding the line. He is really, kudos to him. He's done some great work from the fits and starts that we had before when it first came on the scene. And before I sign off, I want to show you something. I know that you showed us what you saw, what you had. I'm going to show you mine. This was in that bottle, the 11-year-old that we're going to taste later on. That's my stopper. Does it fit? I don't know. I found it just minutes before we went before we started doing this. Let's find out because I'm not sure if it's going to fit or not. Okay, that's what it's supposed to look like. It actually came with another bottle. This is actually what it looks like, folks. You may have seen it on the
beautiful.
Yeah, you may have seen it on the shelf like this. Yeah, it's got a foul.
Hey, and I know you're doing the 11-year-old, but if Rick wants to send the 6-year and the 12-year, I'll try that one out for him too.
Yeah, I think I'm impressed. I honestly have not pursued this brand because when we get the samples, I got minis before, and we just don't do minis, folks. It's just not enough. But when you get the full bottle, you get the full Monty, you really get a chance to see how beautiful these bottles are. Yeah, it's a beautiful bottle. I'm not going to lie to you, but there's some substance behind it. Okay, so that's our take on AsomBroso. This is the 5-year Gran Reserva. If you've had it and you're watching us on YouTube, leave us a comment down below. Tell us what you think, what you're using it for. You know, I wouldn't use it in a cocktail. Hell no. Do you use it after dinner? I think it's a great after dinner drink. I think it would be great with a cigar. I would do a cigar with this for sure. The nose, be careful. The nose is going to tell you one thing, but the flavor profile is going to hit you like a linebacker. It's really bold. It's really bold. But, you know, that's our take. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. That's right. Follow this man on his Instagram at Tequila Sensei. But whatever you do, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely.